Diddy's mom is here defending her son. Okay. She's going to come out here and advocate and say that you guys got to stop lying and all these lies about Sean Diddy Combs. She's out here defending her son. Diddy's mom has decided to make a statement. Let's look into the statement and you guys let me know what you think in the comments about this statement, okay? Um, you know, I guess mama's always going to come in and defend her son. Janice Smalls Combs, the mother of Sean Combs, through her undersigned counsel and on behalf of the Combs family, release the following statement. I come to you today as a mother that is devastated and profoundly saddened by the allegations made against my son, Sean Combs. It is heartbreaking to see my son judged not for the truth, but for a narrative created out of lies. To bear witness what seems to be like a public lynching of my son before he has had the opportunity to prove his innocence is a pain too unbearable to put into words. Like every human being, my son deserves his day in court to finally share his side and to prove his innocence. I am not here to portray my son as perfect because he's not. He has made mistakes in his past, as we all have. My son may not have been entirely truthful about certain things, such as denying that he has ever gotten violent with his ex girlfriend when the hotel surveillance showed otherwise. Sometimes a truth and a lie become so closely intertwined that it becomes terrifying to admit one part of the story, especially when that truth is outside the norm or it's too complicated to believe. This is why I believe my son's civil legal team opted to settle the ex-girlfriend's lawsuit instead of contesting it until the end, resulting in a ricochet effect as the federal government used his decision against my son by interpreting it as an admission of guilt. It is important to recognize that none of us, regardless of our status, are immune to fear or mistakes. Not being entirely straightforward about one issue does not mean my son is guilty of the repulsive allegations and the grave charges leveled against him. Many individuals who were wrongfully convicted and later exonerated had their freedom taken from them not because they were guilty of the crimes they were accused of, but because they didn't fit the image of what this society considers to be a good person. History has shown us how individuals can be wrongfully convicted due to their past actions or mistakes. Watching the world make jokes and laugh at my son's life crumbling before our eyes is something I can never forget. It is truly agonizing to watch the world turn against my son so quickly and easily over lies and misconceptions without even hearing his side or affording him the opportunity to present his side. These lies thrown at him are motivated by those seeking a financial gain and not justice. Those individuals saw how quickly my son's civil legal team settled his ex-girlfriend's lawsuit. So they believe they can receive a quick payday by falsely accusing my son. False allegations of sexual assault thwarted true victims of sexual violence from getting the justice they deserve. To make matters worse, the federal government is now using these lies to persecute my son. This injustice has been unbearable for our family. The worst part of this ordeal is watching my beloved son be stripped of his dignity, not for what he did, but for what people chose to believe about him. I ask the supporters, fans, colleagues, friends, and the public to not judge him before you've had the chance to hear his side. I beg you to think about those who have been wrongfully prosecuted, to remember that not everyone who makes mistakes in life deserves to have their entire existence judged by a single action or a few mistakes. My son is not the monster they painted him to be. He deserves a chance to tell his side. I can only pray that I'm alive to see him speak his truth and be vindicated. Respectfully submitted on behalf of Janice Smalls Combs and the Combs family. I would say that I would probably agree to a certain extent, right? That there has been maybe a lot of fabricated stories and lies that have been said about, that have been piled on, some of which aid to the rumors and stuff. But I also think that not everything that's been said about Diddy is a lie. There's a lot of people that won't be able to receive justice because some of us have come to learn that the industry that he helped create, um, is so repulsive. And truly, it's a hard one to just say, like, okay, I think this is just coming from a place of a mother that really wants at least an opportunity for her son to be heard. And I can appreciate that. I'm a mom. If my child was in such situations, I would probably want them, you know, to at least be heard, at least his side, his or her side. But you also can't take away from the fact that there has been just so much out there about Diddy. Um, that people have willfully ignored, that nobody has reported. And honestly, when she speaks in the letter about the lying of the video, and then, us finding out, that is the most, like, from the Combs side of the family, that is the most truthful thing that has been said from that, is that he lied. Even Diddy didn't even say he lied about the video. If you remember his apology video where he's like, I was messed up, and his pupils were looking all crazy. He didn't really admit to, like, lying. The Cassie video was his undoing for sure. And there's a lot more that's being uncovered as people are coming out. You have people calling these, law offices, Busby Law, about 120 victims, and that there's more, and they've received calls. Like, we can't ignore that, not even for Janice Combs. We can't, because there's some truth to be said about the things that have been put out there. And honestly, like I said, Diddy was a pillar to this music industry. You can't quiet people's opinions. We only know of this footage. What if there's other footage? And then allegedly, it's been said that there's people shopping around other footage. Some of these attorneys, I'm gonna tell you guys something. They're really starting to show their true colors to determine, like, what side are you on. They're out here shopping stories about, alleged tapes. There's allegedly high profile celebrities that are worried about things coming out, and you got these attorneys that are going on to, like, news outlets talking about, well, I got some tea about a video that people are trying to shop around, right? And then this becomes a thing, and it's running rampant. And we're here left in the crowd. Well, where is there? Does the tape exist? And who's that high profile celebrity? Some folks have said it's Kevin Hart. This is why Kevin Hart is acting all kinds of weird with the media and whatnot. He was actually questioned just recently on Saturday. Kevin Hart doesn't appreciate Diddy's baby oil question by Entertainment Tonight. So, I mean, this was just on October 4th. Kevin Hart didn't seem amused after a video resurfacing of the two partying sparked online chatter about Diddy using baby oil. The comedian, spotted by Entertainment Tonight while heading to dinner with his wife in West Hollywood, was asked an unexpected question about the music mogul. A paparazzo asked, "Hey Kev, when you hosted Diddy, did you catch any baby oil?" I think that would have gotten that paparazzi guy slapped, honestly. Just gonna say that. Hart, clearly unimpressed, responded, "You're asking the wrong person the question, man." Hart was equally evasive when pressed about whether he thought Diddy would be safe in jail. The reference stems from a now viral clip of Hart hosting a 2010 party for Diddy, celebrating the release of The Last Train to Paris. And that's the thing, is like, we've seen a lot of these videos resurface and everything, and the people are saying that Kevin Hart, along with other celebrities like Ashton and, others, have been very quiet about certain things, because they don't want to get caught up in this mess. They don't. J-Lo is acting like, her divorce is, she's dealing with a divorce right now, y'all. She can't pay attention to everybody that's asking her questions about the nightclub shooting with, Shine and all that situation that went down. She cannot be bothered because she's divorcing. It's stupid, in my opinion. But this is what we have going on. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you all understand where is Miss Janice Combs coming from a place of I'm a mother and I'm concerned about my child, and that's why I'm making a statement, and it's important that people give my child the opportunity to, have a trial. I mean, isn't this kind of like what a mom would do? She would step up and say, you guys don't convict my baby until, things really get clarified. My thought is I don't know if Miss Janice was shielded from a lot of things or if she was a participant of a lot of things, because she was also doing the IVs as well, allegedly. In my opinion, there's some videos of her out there just acting like getting replenished and stuff like that. So the people have wondered about Janice Combs and what she got to do with a lot of this. Did she willfully ignore? Did she know that her son was putting hands on Cassie like that? And let me tell you, Miss Janice, that says a lot about the son that you raised. How dare he do that to that woman? I mean, come on now. Like, let's not be a society that overlooks. We got to be able to say, well, wait a minute. If I raise my son or daughter incorrectly, that here they are breaking the law, putting, hands on people, what's going on? You got to look within, right? And to me, that's like, come on, Miss Combs. Your son lied to you. That there's something in between here. There's more to this that's not been that you've been maybe shielded, or maybe you knew, or you just acted like you didn't see anything, because a lot of this is learned behavior. Where did he learn that? I don't know. Just my thought. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm just giving my little opinions of the matter. I will see you guys on the next one. Rabbits out. Bye, guys.